Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay. Are you ready for today's lesson? Okay, that is good. So today in mathematics, we are going to be looking at fraction. Okay? Our topic for today in mathematics is on fraction. So are we ready for the lesson? We are with our books and our pencils to get into today's lesson. Okay, that is good. So let's look at fractions. Fractions represent parts of a whole and are composed of a numerator and a denominator. The numerator is the top number and the denominator is the bottom number. Do you understand that? Fraction represents parts of a whole. Let's say this is a circle and it's a whole object, okay? When it's divided, the shaded part is the fraction, okay? 1 over 2. The shaded part is the numerator. 2 is the whole object that is divided, okay? The shaded part is the up number, the numerator. And the denominator is the whole object that is divided into 2, okay? We also have another one here. Here the circle is divided into how many? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. And how many parts are shaded? 1. So we have 1 over 3 here, 1/3. This is half, this is 1/3. So the shaded part is 1, so the numerator is 1 over 3. The circle is divided into 3 parts. Do you understand? So fractions represent a part of a whole, okay? Remember, the up number is the numerator and the lower number, the down number, is the denominator. The numerator represents the shaded part and the denominator represents the whole parts. How many is divided into, okay? Here it's divided into 2, so the denominator is 2. Here it is divided into 3, so the denominator is 3. Do you understand that? If this circle was shaded 2, okay, the numerator would have been 2. Do you understand that? If the circle is divided into 4, the denominator will be 4. Okay? Good. So next we're going to be looking at types of fractions. Types of fractions. We have the proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. In the proper fraction, numerator is less than the denominator, okay? In the proper fraction, the numerator is less than the denominator. Remember, the numerator is the up number and the denominator is the down number. So the numerator is less than the denominator. We have here 1 over 2. 1 is less than 2, right? 2 is greater. So in proper fraction, the numerator is less than the denominator, okay? The numerator is smaller than the denominator. Do you understand? If you have 2 over 3, it's still proper fraction, right? Because 2 is smaller than 3. Do you understand that? Good. Then the next one, improper fraction. Numerator is equal or greater than the denominator. For example, 5 over 3. In the improper fraction, the numerator, the upper number, is equal or is greater than the denominator, 5 over 3. So this is an improper fraction because the numerator, the up number, is greater than the denominator, okay? The numerator is equal to or greater than the denominator. This is 5/3. So the numerator, which is 5, is greater than the denominator, which is 3. You know 5 is greater than 3, right? So this is an improper fraction, okay? Then we have the mixed fraction. The mixed fraction is combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. For example, 2, 1/4. 2 is the whole number and this is the proper fraction. Remember, proper fraction, the numerator is less than the denominator, 1/4, okay? So we have here 2, 1/4. So this is a mixed fraction, okay? So we have the proper fraction, the numerator is less than the denominator. Improper fraction, the numerator is equal to or greater than the denominator, and mixed fraction is a combination of whole number and a proper fraction, okay? So this is 2 and 1/4, okay? Do you understand? So we now know 3 types of fractions, right? The proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. Okay, now we are going to be looking at othering fractions. Othering fractions involves arranging fractions from the least to the greatest or greatest to the least, okay? Do you understand that? So we have othering same denominators and different denominators. First, the same denominators. Compare numerators directly. When othering fractions and the denominators are the same, they look the same, they are the same, you compare the top numbers of the fraction, which is the numerator, okay? So let's look at this example. We have here 1/3, 2/3, and 4/3. These fractions have the same denominator. The lower number is the same, right? But the upper number, the numerators, are different. So this is what you use in comparing them and othering them, okay? So which is the smallest number here? It's 1, right? And the next number is 2, and the next number is 4. So we are going to be arranging from the least to the greatest. So it's 1/3, 2/3, and 4/3. Okay, you're comparing using the numerators, okay? Now, if you were doing it, if you are arranging it in a descending order, it's from the greatest to the least, right? So it's 4, 2, 1. Do you understand? Then, othering fractions with different denominators, you find a common denominator, adjust fractions accordingly, then compare numerators. Okay, that is how you do it. Do you understand? When othering fractions with different denominators, you choose a number both denominators can go into. Make each fraction have the chosen common denominator. Then you look at the top numbers, the numerators of the fraction, and arrange from the least to the greatest or from the greatest to the least on the numerators, okay? Do you understand that? Here we have an example, 1/4 and 1/3. We can see that the denominators are different, right? 1/4 and 1/3, the denominators are different. The denominator here is 4 and the numerator here is 3. So we have to look for a common denominator. That means we are looking for their LCM, their lowest common multiple. And the lowest common multiple of 4 and 3 is 12, right? So to adjust this fraction, you multiply 1/4 by 3/3 and you will get 3/12. Then you multiply 1/3 by 4/4 to get 4/12, okay? So now you have gotten the same denominator. So since you have gotten the same denominators, you compare the numerators. You know now you have 4/12 and 3/12. Okay? Do you understand that? So since 4/12 is more than 3/12, 1/3 is greater than 1/4. Okay, do you understand that? You know we adjusted the fraction, right? 1/4 was multiplied by 3/3, which gave us 3/12. And 1/3 was multiplied by 4/4, which gave us 4/12. Do you understand? So since 4/12 is more than 3/12, that means 1/3 is greater than 1/4. Okay? Do you understand that? So it's just for you to make the fractions look the same, and then just compare the numerators. If the numerators are the same, you look at the denominators. The smaller denominator means a bigger fraction. So this here, this denominator 4 and 3, right? 3 is the smaller denominator, so it means it's the bigger fraction. So it's easy. Okay? So today's lesson on fractions, we understood everything we talked about. We talked about fractions. Fraction represents a part of a whole, right? Then we looked at types of fraction. We mentioned proper fraction. Then we mentioned improper fraction, and we mentioned mixed fractions. And lastly, we looked at ordering fractions. We looked at ordering same denominators and ordering different denominators. So we understood everything we talked about on today's lesson. Okay, that is good. So next we are going to be looking at our assignment. I'm sure we are going to be able to do our assignment. Okay, that is good.